Welcome everybody to a Fortnite Battle Royale video, and in this video this is going to be a top 5 on Fortnite. It's going to be top 5 best places to land inside Fortnite. There's a lot of places in this game that is good to land. There's a lot of places in this game that is bad to land. In this video I'm going to give you my top 5 best landing spots in Fortnite Battle Royale. To start things off, at the number 5 spot we are going with Loot Lake. Now Loot Lake is high risk, high reward, and the reason why is because this place is very populated. There's a lot of places in Loot Lake where you can go. There's an island in the middle where there's a house, there's docks, there's houses all around the lake. There's a lot of places in Loot Lake that you can go, but pretty much every single spot is super populated. There's a lot of people that are actually going to go there. There's a lot of chests in Loot Lake. There's a lot of good stuff in Loot Lake, but if you don't make it down there first, all that will be gone, and you're going to land and there's going to be like 5 million people there who are going to blow your brains out. Trust me, this happened to me several times. If you make it to Loot Lake first, if you're one of the first people to make it to Loot Lake, you're going to be in heaven. There's going to be a lot of chests. There's going to be a lot of good things there for you. But if you don't make it there first, you are going to get bombarded with bullets straight to the head. It's not going to be good. If you don't make it there first, you're going to be in big trouble. That's why it's high on this list, because it's high risk, high reward. If you do make it there first, you are going to be golden. But again, if you don't, you're going to be bad. This happened to me several times where I landed in Loot Lake and I walked to the house thinking there's nobody here, thinking I'm first. There's going to be a lot of stuff in there. I walk in there, there's 4 people already there shooting right at me right away. So like I said before, it's high risk, high reward. At the number 4 spot, we have Flush Factory. Now this is a decent spot. Basically, Flush Factory is just so far away from everything else. Like, this place is just so far away all the time. It's a place that not a lot of people actually go to, which is good and bad. It's good because not a lot of people go there. So if you're in a squad, you can go down there with just your squad and basically take everything in the town. The bad part about this is it's so far away, so once a storm comes, you're most likely going to have to actually run across the whole map. I mean, sometimes you'll get lucky and the map will sort of form around you. The storm will not be near you, but for the most part, the storm will sort of come and take away Flush Factory, so you're going to be forced to run across the whole map. And if you're forced to run across the whole map, you're most likely going to encounter people, and that won't be good. But it is far away, which is good and bad. If the ring does form around Flush Factory, you're golden, because like I said before, there is decent stuff inside this town and not a lot of people go there. So your squad or your duo or even solo, whatever you're playing, you're going to get pretty much everything. And if the map does form around you, you're going to be golden. Now, there are some times where people do come. It all depends on where the bus goes. Sometimes people do come, but even if the bus goes straight over Flush Factory, it's rare that people actually go there. The only time people actually go to Flush Factory is if the bus starts, and the first town it hits is Flush Factory. That's pretty much the only time when people actually go there. You might get the odd, duo or squad or whatever. You might get like 1 or 2 people, but for the most part, it's not populated at all, which is good and bad. At the number 3 spot, we have Tomato Town. Now, this is a small town, and it's not really that populated. I mean, it's definitely more populated than Flush Factory, but you're not going to get a lot of people there. You're going to get some, but not a lot. Basically, if you land on this building here, the big building, as you can see here in this video, if you land there, there's generally good stuff in there. Not all the time, but for the most part, there's, good stuff in there. And if you can grab those stuff and, you can sort of stay there or do whatever you want in there, you should be fine. The area where Tomato Town is located is really good because the ring always usually forms around this area. If Tomato Town is not in the ring, it'll be most likely just outside of it. Now, this is not all the time, obviously, but for the most part, it's around the area of Tomato Town, which is very helpful because if you have to run across a whole map, that's not going to be good. So for the most part, the location of where Tomato Town is located is really good, and that's why it is super high in this list. You're not going to have to run across the whole map all the time. You should be fine with the ring, and you can get set up or whatever where you are, and it should be fine. Now, again, that's not all the time. It can be across the map, but for the most part, it's going to be around that area. Tomato Town is a small town, like I said before, and not that populated, so you could get good stuff there, and you can sort of stay there and not really have a big problem. At the number 2 spot, we have this factory here. Now, this factory doesn't really have a name. It's not a big factory, but it's a good factory. A lot of chests there, a lot of good things inside this place. This place is now heavily populated, but I found when the game first came out, it wasn't that populated. People really didn't know how good of a place this place was. There's no name for it, so it's sort of hard to find on the map. So not a lot of people go there. People will go to other places like Tomato Town, Salty Springs, wherever. People won't actually go to this area, but now that people actually found out about this area. There's a lot of good things in there, so people are going there now. So it is very heavily populated, but there are a lot of good things in there. There's a chest on the chimney, as you can see right here. There's a lot more chests inside all the buildings. Good guns usually come here. A lot of good things happen here. And like I said before, it is now sort of populated, but if you can get a good gun, if you can get there first and get a good gun and, you know, sort of get set up in there, you should be fine. There's a lot of good things inside this factory. There's a lot of good guns. I've gotten the Scar several times, tac shotguns, I've gotten shields. There's a lot of good things inside this area, and it's sort of right in the middle of the map, which is good too, so you wouldn't have to run around the whole map. If the storm does come around you, you wouldn't really have to run that far. Similar to Tomato Town, it's in a good area, and overall this is a great place. Like I said before, it is sort of heavily populated now, so if you're going there, watch out. But it is a good place to go, and I highly recommend you guys go to this factory. It's a brilliant place. Now, it doesn't have a name, like I said before, so the location is right here, as you're seeing on the screen right here. This is where the location is. This is where this factory is located. It is a great place to go, and I highly recommend you guys go there. At the number 1 spot, we have this place that is not really that populated. Not a lot of people go here. A lot of good things there, a lot of chests in there. This is overall a good place. I don't really know what to call it. I call it a junkyard. It's sort of like a junkyard. As you can see on the screen, this is where it's located right here, and this is just a great spot. There's a lot of chests. There's usually a chest that spawns right in the middle of the actual area. There's a lot of chests in the little, you know, train cars or whatever you want to call them here. There's a lot of chests inside these as well. A lot of good stuff there. There's a lot of shield here, a lot of good guns here. It's a great spot. There's just so much stuff in here. There's, like I said before, so much chest, so much guns. There's just everything you want is in this one spot, and it doesn't have a name, so not a lot of people actually go to it. It's not that populated. It is actually right beside the factory, so you can make your way from here to the factory. It's just a brilliant spot, great spot. It's near a lot of towns as well. The location of this place is not in a bad location. You probably won't have to run far for the storm. It's a good spot, and like I said before, if the map does come here, if the ring does come here, you can sort of stay here with your squad or duo and fortify this place up. This place is good on solo as well, but it's really good for duos and squads because everybody will get their own chest. Everybody will get what they need in the whole entire game in the spot alone. This is by far, in my opinion, the best spot on Fortnite Battle Royale. So that is going to be it for my top 5, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is actually my first ever Fortnite top 5 video. I might make more. I might make top 5 worst places to land in the future. Who knows? But if you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I am Dilby, and I'll see you guys in the next one.